Have you ever had your colonoscopy interrupted by your high school crush? At 52, you accept certain indignities. The colonoscopy was just another checkbox on the list of middle-aged maintenance. I'd done the horrible prep, arranged the ride home, and showed up at the clinic ready to get it over with. What I hadn't prepared for was seeing Veronica Castellano. In high school, Veronica was untouchable. Student council president, valedictorian, dated the quarterback. I was the debate team nerd who once threw up during my presidential campaign speech. She probably didn't even remember I existed. The nurse prepping my IV looked familiar, but I was too focused on not thinking about what was about to happen to really notice. Then she said, "Wait, aren't you Theodore from Jefferson High, debate team?" I looked up. Those same green eyes that had haunted my teenage dreams were staring at me, now with crow's feet that somehow made them more attractive. Veronica? My voice cracked like I was 16 again. "Oh my God, Teddy, though I guess it's Theodore now?" She laughed, that same laugh that used to echo through the hallways. "Just Theo," I managed, extremely aware that I was wearing a hospital gown that opened in the back. "I'm your prep nurse today." Small world. She was accessing my vein with practiced ease while I tried to process this situation. "I heard you became a pretty successful architect. You heard about me?" I was shocked she knew anything about my life. "Are you kidding? You designed the new city library. My kids love that building." Before I could respond, the anesthesiologist arrived. "Ready to get started, Mr. Brennan?" As they wheeled me into the procedure room, Veronica squeezed my shoulder. "Don't worry, Dr. Patel is the best. I'll be right here monitoring everything." The drugs started hitting, making everything fuzzy. The last thing I clearly remember was Veronica adjusting my gown and me mumbling, "I had such a crush on you in high school." I thought I dreamed what happened next, but apparently the sedation wasn't quite enough. Mid-procedure, I became semi-conscious and started talking. Not just talking, confessing everything 16-year-old me had wanted to say. "You were so beautiful in that blue dress at prom," I apparently announced to the entire room. "I wrote you 17 poems but never sent them." The doctor tried to continue, but I kept going. "I learned Spanish just to understand what you and your friends were saying at lunch." Veronica tried to quiet me professionally. "Theo, just relax. Breathe deeply. Your hair smelled like strawberries," I declared. "I sat behind you in chemistry specifically to smell your hair. Is that creepy?" "That's probably creepy." The anesthesiologist increased the dose, but not before I added, "I still have the yearbook where you wrote, 'Have a great summer,' and I analyzed that message for years. Why didn't you sign it with love? Was 'have a great' code for something?" When I woke up in recovery, Veronica was there with juice and crackers, trying not to smile. "So," she said, 17 poems? I wanted to die. Not from the procedure, from pure mortification. "How much did I say?" "Well, the doctor now knows I apparently looked like an angel when I played clarinet in band, and that you used to dream about us opening a bookstore together in Vermont. Please tell me you're joking." She pulled out her phone and played a voice memo. There I was, sedated and describing in detail how I'd practiced asking her to homecoming in the mirror. The medical team could be heard laughing in the background. "I'm so sorry," I groaned. "This is worse than when I threw up during that speech." "Actually," she said, sitting on the edge of my bed, "it's kind of sweet, especially the part about how you thought my laugh could cure cancer." I said that out loud. "You also said you became an architect because I once mentioned I loved Frank Lloyd Wright." She paused. "Is that true?" I nodded, defeated. "You said it during a group project junior year. Changed my whole career path." She was quiet for a moment. "My husband passed away 2 years ago," she said suddenly. "Pancreatic cancer. That's actually why I went back to nursing. Needed something to focus on." "I'm sorry," I said, meaning it. "I'm telling you because," she hesitated, "because I remember you too. The quiet kid who actually listened when I talked, who left anonymous flowers in my locker on my birthday. You knew those were from me, Theo? You were the only person who knew I was allergic to roses but loved daisies." She smiled. I kept one pressed in my yearbook. We sat there in the recovery room, both of us processing this strange moment. Here I was, having just had a camera explore my colon while confessing my teenage love to my high school crush, who'd apparently reciprocated some of those feelings. "This is probably the worst possible time to ask this," I said, "but would you maybe want to get coffee sometime when I'm wearing actual pants and haven't been sedated?" She laughed, that same beautiful laugh. "Are you really asking me out in a colonoscopy recovery room? I mean, I already told you about the poems and the hair smelling. How much worse can it get?" She wrote her number on my discharge papers. "Call me when you're allowed to eat solid food again." As she helped me to the wheelchair for my ride home, she whispered, "For what it's worth, I had a crush on you too." The quarterback was boring. "You were the only guy who could quote Shakespeare and explain quantum physics. You're telling me this now, after I spent 35 years thinking I never had a chance? Better late than never," she winked. "Plus, now I know about the 17 poems. You owe me some reading material." My sister picked me up, found me grinning like an idiot despite everything. "Good drugs?" she asked. "The best," I replied, clutching Veronica's phone number. "We've been dating 6 months now." She framed the voice memo transcription of my sedated confession in her apartment. "We're opening that bookstore in Vermont next year."